Prosecutors in Shasta County say they're trying hard to make an arrest to put someone at PG&E behind bars for the Zogg Fire. If that doesn't happen, prosecutors will still pursue charges against the PG&E corporation. Convicting the company, though, would not result in jail time. And under California law, PG&E would pay the same maximum fine as you or I would, $10,000 per death. It's a punishment many victims tell us doesn't go nearly far enough. Each kid at Igo Ono Elementary School got a balloon this morning. One by one, they released them into the sky, sharing memories of 8-year-old Fela McLeod. This smile went missing from their lives 365 days ago.
My daughter, our daughter, my wife, running for their lives, literally.
Fela and her mom, Elena, died together in a pickup truck, trying to run from the Zogg Fire. 2 of their neighbors died as well.
Put yourself in their shoes. Think about their last moments, what they went through.
And they lost their lives in a very horrific and tragic fashion that was completely preventable.
Shasta County DA Stephanie Bridget says the Zogg Fire was a crime. The suspect, a publicly traded corporation, PG&E. CAL FIRE and the DA found a pine tree, which PG&E had marked as a threat years ago, fell onto the power line that sparked the Zogg Fire. PG&E has a legal duty to remove trees that threaten lines. Investigators found this one was obvious. It had a 23-degree lean and a 4-foot-tall open wound at the base of the tree where the wood inside had been burned or rotted away for years. To the DA, this shows PG&E hasn't learned from its prior felonies.
So they're not doing what they need to do to stop this from happening.
The 84 counts that they were charged with in Paradise, I don't even understand how they're still an operating company after that.
The 2018 Camp Fire. Last summer, a judge read 84 names. With each one, PG&E admitted to a felony manslaughter.
We take no pride in the fact that the punishment is so little.
The penal system needs to be changed. A $10,000 fine, that's what my father's worth.
California law is supposed to treat corporations the same as people, so PG&E paid the same maximum fine as a person, $10,000, an amount PG&E makes in revenue every 17 seconds. And the 90 years in prison for those crimes? Well, that doesn't apply to a corporate offender.
Well, until you're going to lock up the company the way you lock up a person who's a criminal, then they're not being treated like people, you know? And that's the truth.
Why do we have the same penalty, financial penalty for corporations we have for that person? There should be something different, and I'm hoping that the legislature will do that.
The DA in the Camp Fire called for this to change. The DA in the Zogg Fire does too.
There's got to be something else at the criminal level that's going to help deter this conduct.
The Zogg Fire investigation's not over. The DA says it could still lead to arrests of decision makers inside PG&E. But the families of the victims have to at least consider the possibility that won't happen. That if PG&E, the company, is found guilty of killing their loved ones, it'll be a $10,000 fine per death again.
It would be nice to see some laws be changed a little bit to make it easier to go after corporations like this when they continually, do wrong, hurt people, when they're in charge of something that, can take someone's life.
We asked Governor Gavin Newsom's office whether he'd support changing laws to impose tougher penalties on corporations like PG&E when they're convicted of committing crimes. We didn't hear back. We found political players to the governor's left and right who do support the idea. The leader of the state Democratic Party's Progressive Caucus, Amar Shergill, said we need tough legislation to hold corporate executives criminally responsible, including jail time. And Republican Assemblyman Kevin Kiley, who ran as a replacement candidate in the failed recall, said tougher penalties make sense. He also wants to ban for-profit monopolies like PG&E from making campaign donations. As we've reported, 8 out of 10 state lawmakers took donations from PG&E back in the 2018 campaign, and that was after a jury convicted PG&E of committing felonies in the San Bruno gas explosion.